Very nervous. Present.
I mean, I didn't do my hair and match my shirt.
What?
I think we have talked a few times or chatted on text.
Here's a list of
No, you need to be on the end.
I got one scratch. Sixteen.
Oh, shoot.
I think they had already created.
Yeah, they may have already, that's okay. I mean, I didn't want to take that one.
Well,
I figured my job is to be your cheerleader. You are a great advocate.
I told Tara if I would have done
Look at that. Look at that.
And the edge of it.
Yeah, that part is more.
Yes.
So Terry is doing those. I'm telling you, we have BJ's pile of AAA out there.
You're good.
Thank you.
But you have my team.
Actually, I don't need this up. No, we're good. I appreciate it. If there's any emergencies, I get it. Thank you. You get to go home now.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't
expect it.
No, they know. You know, like, don't feel like it's an issue. Just see. That's my second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, Alaska though.
We would have been adopted in. Because you're so sweet. I think I live in Pierce City. But they do go call and say things like,
What do I do?
yeah.
What do I do?
Right,
And then, you know, if you can't pay right away. If you need to be paid, you that's like walking insurance. So there's a seafood restaurant, but it used to be where it was a beer park. They have the best fishery, fish, like where they raise the little fingerlings and then they release them into the river, and that's why it's the best. Or off the river, but they also send them. That's your
Oh, your text. Oh, my text.
So it's,
But anyway, divert. Ready. Thank you. You know what? That's so funny. I thought when I got time, I did early before you got to an argument. I was like,
Are you gonna do it? You would. Very nice. Very nice. We got it.
Anything.
No. No. I'd rather do it anyway with the whole woman situation. Everything. I don't. And it takes it to the shower. It dries the place. That's why I'm. And then I peel it off. And I put it on.
You just need like a plate wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that's water resistant. Yeah, I mean, there's and then wash it.
Right.
They're used to it.
I would be afraid to have like really yeah, I would be able to differentiate the day. You're right. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you're smart.
Yeah,
It's just
because-
ridiculous. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
Graph. As long as your parts are covered.
It's not even.
Oh. I did.
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah, we spend way too much money on things that don't, to be fair. Like, we really do, just as a nation.
I'm not feeling weird, but I'm just resting.
No, I'm not. Actually, it's culture posted for cookies.
I had,
Oh, really? Just.
I guess you guys were the senior there.
yeah, you just.
I sports facility.
And then I got 3 girls.
You said you can get it
Near Morella.
I lay all sorts of stuff on the floor and say, the bonnet is yours at the top. This is a one-time offer.
Yeah. In your office, and you have the best kind of tchotchkes.
Hard to get to, but that's why.
It's just in your office, it is not in your house.
Can I get the stuff? Are you in the? Are you in there?
I have. Not yet.
Oh,
Yeah, I was done.
Oh, it's the rooms of the apartments.
I think she's too young.
My mom's in
Oh, that's cool.
And so now I see stuff on mine, right? That is. No, it's like that. So that's why you blush. Yeah. I
What are you doing up here right now?
Dolphin Pitch. Some chicken who's actually doing that, 'cause we're gonna stop by. He got off work too, so we're just checking in. But I was gonna do it honestly, because our
Really?
AI class was they asked us.
Oh, you're taking that AI, I heard about that.
Yeah, we're taking the first episode. Yeah.
But it was.
I love it. So.
It was not something.
Did you get to? Are you like camera?
Yeah, I'm recording some audio and like video.
That makes sense. I did see you and Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got you, man. I understand. All right, man. You take care.
You too, bro.
Yeah.
Which was good. They understood. Very good.
traffic.
I mean, I just want to see, I'm gonna scan and say hi, and then maybe you might come in now. I hope he's here.
Just don't.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Do you want to see what I'm gonna say? If I have to read it.
Just get right in front of us. There's some typos.
Generally to the right, usually you don't address them, but that's where you just.
Yeah.
You could, but I mean comfortably like to the right there, you know.
Voice it over.
Just somewhat. I didn't even think about it. If that looks, I know that there's typos, but it's only.
I heard it over, like,
When she.
Yeah. This is it, what it does, this is the numbers, and then, when we're talking about period, like, I'm marking like, Elizabeth. Yeah.
You just remember. No. So that was. It's all right.
No, we were just. No. Time and place. I literally.
Matt.
No, it's not.
Work for everybody.
Dropping his brain. If you know. Right, yeah, so I'm not saying everybody can. He has done it historically. Right, this is not. Not him.
Oh, I'm good, I'm just reading. She's seen this for so long.
Yeah.
Are you?
And we're pretty sure my wife.
Her right down.
There's zero chance that she does not. And so Jessica can't concentrate too much. No,
Oh,
she can,
well.
often multi-concentrate. She can do that, but she can also, she'll open something and trash from it and leave it on the counter. Like that's like her normal.
I mean, I've done things like, open up. But yeah, I did this last year. Even the thinking of for, you know, assemble. And then sit down to dinner. I was the same way last year. That was definitely. And what days up there? Or what I do is like I can fixate on something. And don't let it. Or I'm looking for that. That's all.
I mean, I don't know the job title there, but like, I gotta give it to her. Check the box.
I say this is my wife, Teresa. That's my partner in crime. I learned from him. He does all the pitches for Mayo Clinic. So he does all the pitches for Mayo Clinic. So we need to compare notes. He's a Jag owner, like you.
You have a Jaguar?
Remember the Jag?
Yeah, I'm
He
sorry.
drives a gray older Jag.
Actually,
He said it's, you
the
can't
worst,
keep it running. It's a
the worst
money
thing
pit.
is, that it's actually white, but I have watched it
Oh, it's white.
recently,
Jim is
so.
not.
Hers was gray. Hers
Mine was
No, because
beautiful.
the last week it was last weekend actually finally, you can see it right there.
Oh, I can see it right there on the end.
Oh, yeah.
Teresa, oh, good Jag.
I did love it.
But do you know what
Was
year?
it 2004?
2004 XJ something, 7, 9.
Just have a whole style.
V6,
Mhm.
turbo, 4-door, 2 rows.
I took it to Gainesville the other, this was 1996. Everything's falling apart. I can't even open the window anymore. I have to like, no,
Really?
sorry, I can open the window, I can't open the door. So I have to roll down the window to lean out.
And every one of those things is like,
Yeah.
Strange. The lever fell off. I have it because I walked by. My pinky touched it. So I got all the parts, but I haven't had the ability to put it all back together.
My mom.
Yeah, it's just.
That was the British race. That was
comes a rain,
Everything.
windows would go down.
the
Worst,
sun.
worst car.
It was terrible.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain on it, a lot of water on the road, the windows would go
We
down.
thought it was
It's,
Yeah.
very good because I remember driving through a really bad rain 2-3 years ago. And when it would make a turn, all the water that is in the it just slushed to one side. It would dripped down my feet. And the front while I was driving, like, this is
No, mine was one, I regret that we got rid of it. We got rid of it because the guy that did the on it said, the tires, parts of replace the tires, it's gonna cost you more than the car's actually.
Yeah.
Really, I believed him, but I should not.
It's a smart deal.
I made the decision when
Painful deal.
when I took it in, and then like, the lights came on. Finally figured out what it was. It was like $1,200.
You hold that button down.
And I was like, yeah. And the battery cost me $1,200. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, and I realized after a while, because every time I would bring it in, I was constantly anyway. So we will do NOx, so you're spewing out a little bit too much NOx, a little bit after this entire car. So we're just gonna drive.
If you had leaded gas, you'd be fine.
Later on, yeah.
Exactly.
You ready, ladies?
Beautiful car, don't get rid of it.
Come on.
So are we presenting this?
Wait, right here. There. Just leave it here.
Oh, like in the middle?
Oh, that's what the judge is.
Okay. It's gonna be hard. Okay. Huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to have like guidance for sure.
Well, figure it out. Maybe you stand over there, and you're down, and stand here like that.
Okay. So. And then.
But what is?
I got it. Oh, I'm good. I got
I'm glad they give them that space.
Like you're saying. And then mail.
I mean,
It should be, I think Augie's, but besides
Sit on this side. So you stay from that side. Where are we?
I think my name's the.
I'm still getting that.
Gonna be our mission. Yeah.
This guy's no, I don't want
Realized the national park was in one of them. And so I already said I remember like the house. And I was just like, you know, I have a bad, I did not realize I was like one of the names that she's like, I get the other info. Yeah. I was like, man, like, we were supposed to be. Give me something. It's like the red tag. Yeah, I know. I did a little bit of the yelling off from there.
Very impressive dish.
Why is everyone saying that? I don't think it's that good. But
You've been hyped up, you better deliver.
oh god, we're having a little really bad. I don't normally. I was expecting.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a lot to like navigate. I'm excited. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. And I'm glad everyone likes our idea. Wait, that's good. I mean, if everyone loves it, I'll feel better about myself. So that's good.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I love it when you guys. Okay, so ready?
Thank you.
Are we feeling good? Are you presenting? Yes. Yes. John is leading the way. Okay, good. You got it, Lori. You've been kind of yourself. Sometimes you like to, you know, like, yeah. You got excited.
Yes, I'll go.
I know. You're gonna have to go.
I was just saying, I'm gonna. I'll take it to you.
You guys look very good.
Thank you so much.
You're really good. Oh, they are.
So they're recording this. Live. Hey, Dimitri, what's up?
Can you get in there? You better go quick for sure.
How are you? Good to see you.
All right, I think we're ready to begin. Welcome to the 2024 Dolphin Pitch. I'm Dr. James Simak, and I am the facilitator and coordinator for this event. We have a lot of pitches to get through tonight, a lot of great work by our JU students, staff, and faculty. And I'd like to kick it off by introducing President Tim Koss, President of Jacksonville University, to welcome us tonight.
Are you good? Can you hear me okay? Hope we're not beaming it around the world, right? So
We are.
hello, everyone. How are you? Thanks, Jim. First of all, thank you for being here. This is exactly what this university ought to do. I congratulate the dean, Jim, you personally for all the work you put in on this, the faculty, I hope you're going to recognize by name because they're all here tonight. Our judges, thank you, our sponsors. If you think about what we think Jacksonville University ought to be doing, risk-taking, hard choices, competition, money, right? The whole idea of the things that we all saw fired up at Shark Tank, which led to this idea years ago, but it's been taken to a completely different level by Jim Simak and the faculty here, which we couldn't be prouder of. I bring you welcome from the Board of Trustees, who are very interested in what's going on here tonight. I have an electronic version of the program that you all have. We sent that out to the Board of Trustees, which is 28 CEOs. I myself started a number of businesses, as you know, back in my 32 years in the Fortune 500. This is exactly the way this ought to be gotten after. So it's going to be an exciting evening. I know the time goes fast. I wish for every one of you who are competing and participating, get your feet under you, take a little bit of a breath. Some of the greatest ideas have come through while we watched them being rolled out in front of all the folks who are the sharks. And I think this is just exactly the way this university ought to position itself. I tip my hat to Dean Ritter and the Davis College and what Jim's doing here. Have a fantastic competition. I'll be sitting in the back watching every bit of it. Okay, thanks. Good evening and welcome to Jacksonville University.
Thank you, President Koss. And I only get to say this once a year, so I'm taking the opportunity. Let's get ready to rumble! So what is the Dolphin Pitch? It's a contest here at Jacksonville University for our students, faculty, and staff. It goes well beyond the Davis College of Business. We have performing artists, musicians, media arts, STEAM members, all participating to explore their entrepreneurial spirit by creating new ideas and visioning new products and services, how they're going to make money, how they're going to make a business. Participants are competing tonight thanks to our sponsors, Clinton First Horizon, Chang Industrial, and Haymaker Coffee for $5,000 in cash and prizes. And we'll have awards for the winner, 2 runners-up, and you all get to vote at large for a fan favorite. So we have a People's Choice Award in addition to these winners. I'd like to introduce our panel of, we call them Artful Dolphin judges. We have Matt Price representing here for Able from First Horizon Bank. Kate McAfoos will be joining us in a few moments. She's running lane traffic from Chang Industrial. Claudia Pack from Haymaker Coffee Company. Dr. Martin Rotman from Mayo Clinic. He is head of innovation at Mayo. Here's Kate now. Let's give her a big round of applause. She's there. Dean Barb Ritter, the Dean of the Davis College of Business and Technology from Jacksonville University, and Matt Chang usually stops in, so he's a big supporter of what we do here, as well as the Jacks Venture Competition. So thank you to our panel of judges. Thank you very much. The rules are as such. We have 3-minute time limit per pitch. We have 16, Sweet 16 for March Madness pitches out of over 55 applicants, 23 teams that actually made it to the finals. So we'll have 16 pitches tonight, our Sweet 16. And as time allows, and again, we'll have a winner, 2 runners-up, and a fan favorite. The judges are limited to 1 or 2 questions. They can rotate amongst themselves, again, in the interest of time. So with that, we'll get started, and we're ready to go. Our first pitch, ready to go, is a tire assist. Martin Lyons, Morgan Edwards, and Pam. Come on up. And Mapped is on deck, so if you want to come up and get mic'd, we have 2 lapel mics. So Mapped, come up on deck and get mic'd. We'll be there.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. My name is Martin Lyons.
And I'm Morgan Edwards.
And we are a tire assist. Whenever browsing through your clothes or accessories online, you don't really know what you're going to get whenever you receive them. And so the tire assist is here to help you with that. And a lot of the times you don't know how it's going to look, how it's going to feel, how it's going to fall on you. And so with our augmented reality, we are creating a styling consultant agency that's going to connect directly with your personal stylist. And you'll get to create and maintain your personal and your professional wardrobes. And it's going to be able to maintain your reality one as well as your digitally virtual one.
So as of 2023, 250 million people shop online, and the #1 purchase category is clothing. 50% of people say that they prefer shopping online to in stores due to its convenience, but there is a 88% online shopping cart return percent because abandonment rate, due to indecision, and we want to cut that number down.
Enter a tire assist. These are some of our examples of our prototype laying out a layout that's very easy for anyone of all ages to use and to be able to navigate. The home screen will first show your avatar, and you can choose 3 different of the popular or the best views, but the main is going to be that stylist selection. And you're able to choose and discuss these personally with your stylist. It's not just going to be a quick quiz you're going to answer, you're actually going to have a personal connection with your own stylist. And this will allow you to preview your outfits before you even make that purchase. And so that is going to limit the need for returns, and it's also going to limit that abandonment rate of that cart. And having this ability to view your avatar, it makes it easy. It makes everything easy about buying clothes, because half the time we get something and it never fits. And the main thing why I like it is that popular, sometimes we buy things we shouldn't buy. So that's why I like that.
So most of us are familiar with the Apple Vision Pro. In case you're not, it is Apple's newest sort of VR software that they're adapting. With the Apple Vision Pro, they're developing a new software called Personas, where you can create your own digital avatar that you can show in case you work from home. So our business would partner with the Apple Vision Pro so that you could also customize your digital avatar with our clothing. Yeah.
And so when you guys purchase these clothes, the virtual side, you will have a virtual closet where you're able to pull these from and be able to dress your avatar. So you can alter your personality and really keep that individual identity throughout even having work online, just strictly working in that direction.
Why? That's time.
Oh, no.
One closing statement, you got 15 seconds.
Our hope is that together.
We revolutionized the online shopping experience when augmented reality avatar.
Thank you.
Oh, questions?
Very much. So for your clients, is it brand neutral, or do they know what brand they're getting?
It would be, we would be partnering, we would start off with a few brand partners to make it simple and make it not too drastic. But we
Would have,
we would have a brand selected, but we are in the aims of creating it across all brands. Because half the time people want to not just have a Walmart item, they want Prada, they want all these things. So having that in your virtual side, that would also be
Thank you for the presentation. I don't know. Appreciate it. So, what I gather, thanks, Martin. You might have to stand there. So you guys got cut off just before time, which is unfortunate, because your last slide was the question I was gonna ask is, there's a lot of subscription-based services out there. Stitch Fix is one that I've used in the past. There's a lot of others. And so those would probably be your competitors. It sounds like your differentiation is the use of AI and making an avatar to see how the clothes look before. So if that's your differentiation, then how does your cost compare to your competitors?
Our cost would compare, so the few that I went through in our research, those few, they don't actually go in depth of creating a personal identity for your consumers. And that's what we're going to be trying to create. And so bringing in that actual connectivity between your styles. Half of all these other competitions that we have out there will just have
Our next participants, contestants are mapped. Elizabeth Walker, Matthew Ruff, and Taylor Slow.
Is it on?
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Good evening, everybody. Our group is Elizabeth Walker, Taylor Sloan, Natalie Holting, and myself, Matthew Ruff, and we are MAPT.
MAPT is a single source application for primarily high school students seeking to pursue higher education, who are a little overwhelmed on how to begin. MAPT is made to meet all the needs of the student and is tailored to their individual education goals. There are several students who are currently struggling to apply to universities due to the complexity of the application and search process.
Nearly 2.3 million first-year students enrolled in a college or university last semester. That's a 4.3% decrease over 2021. Having said that, studies have shown that students do not pursue higher education primarily because of financial burdens or fear that college might be too difficult. Having said that, do any of you guys know any student or any family member that has struggled with the college application process? Please raise your hand. Thank you. I was there once too. With our target market being estimated at 2.3 mil, we aim to tap into that 1.1 or 2% of incoming students. In the long term, we hope to obtain a presence in 10% of all colleges and universities in the United States.
So what exactly is MAPT? MAPT is a mobile app that has all resources that a student should need in order to reduce the frustration and general anxiety that comes with the college search, application process, financial burden, and first-year anticipation. For example, we will provide scholarships and tuition monitoring that will notify the student of different scholarships available and if they're eligible for other financial aid. This information will all be easily accessible in the user's profile that's created in the initial sign-up.
Now, as for YS, as
Keep going.
As current college students and former college applicants, we know all too well the stress and anxiety that comes with the college application process. I personally remember the day my mother plucked a single gray hair from my head after I completed the college application process and got into my preferred school. The college application process, as it is currently, is needlessly confusing and difficult to manage. With MAPT, we hope to manage her future applicants' stress and to reduce it so they do not feel what we have felt, namely no gray hairs. Now, our future vision of MAPT. We currently have two streams of income: the university's marketing fee and the user subscription fee, which comes in two forms, yearly and monthly payments. Now, with an initial investment of $500,000, we plan to hopefully make, after the first year, estimated $2 million worth of profit. Thank you for your consideration, MAPT, here to help students map out their future.
Very great presentation. Anyway, it's a great presentation. I am wondering, how are you going to make sure that on the back end you are going to get all the right up-to-date information of every single college out there, or if you're going to focus on prioritizing individual specific colleges?
So I think we would go more local because we were talking about a quiz that the student would take and they could choose between if they want to stay local or out of state. So whatever they pick, we would kind of focus on, okay, these colleges are near their location.
But for your 2.3 million students, everything is local, right?
We hope to gradually, we first hope to start local and then expand gradually as we go about getting into the different colleges and working more with the colleges as we go about. It would not be an immediate process. This is something that would take time to build into. Our first priority though is the student, and we hope to first meet their needs before we meet any college's needs.
Hey guys, love the presentation. I definitely do think there's a huge need for this in the market. I do wonder though, a couple of things. My first question was customization. I feel like so much of strategies for potential students to apply for a school are personalized, so I'm wondering how you build that in to scale. And the other question I have, if I may, I have no time, but you have two streams of income. I'm wondering if there could be some conflict of interest because you're monetizing from both sides, you know?
To answer your first question, in regards, I'll answer the second one first. I think that when we compare to other apps that exist in the market to apply for college applications, such as Common App or Coalition, they usually just have like a college application fee from each individual college. We plan, as I mentioned, to partnership with the colleges and potentially have all of them, I guess, push our initiative forward. Having said that, it's more of, I would believe, a fail-safe, just as we want to have either, I guess it'll come down to decision-based, whether we want to have all of our revenue come from either student involvement, or if we want our revenue to come from the meetings, the relationship that we built with the schools.
We are also open to any advice that we can gather from you all, and so we are open to modifying and learning ourselves in our potential business.
Thank you.
I also want to introduce, so we have a couple people helping us that contributed greatly to tonight's success. Dr. Irina Titova in her class in marketing helped whip her students into shape and help coach them up on how to give a great pitch. Ron Edelin from STEAM and his class on design thinking, so his students are also participating. And we have broad-based support crossing from nursing as well as engineering. I also have Un Chung in the back who brought the coffee for us tonight, but he also spoke to our students on what it takes to start a real business, what goes into building a business plan and the financials. And Dr. Martine Rothman from Mayo also helped teach our students on how to give a great pitch. They only get 2 minutes at Mayo, so we're quite generous with 3 minutes here at the Dolphin Pitch. So thank you very much to all of you. We have governance here in Davis College Business, so we have a CPA, Dr. Catherine Egan will oversee the calculation of the results and giving out the money and make sure we have governance over our judges so that the loudest voice doesn't necessarily take the win. We do have governance. So thank you very much. With Kayla Husky and Barbina Kovalek.
Hi, I'm Barbara Kavalevich.
And I'm Kayla Pesky.
And today we're going to present our company, $1 Million Musician.
Now, before we get started, by a show of hands, who here took music lessons as a kid? Okay, and please keep your hand raised if you still actively play that instrument. All right. As we can see based on that quick survey, very few people who took music lessons as a kid continue to pursue the art later in life. In fact, over 85% of kids in music lessons quit their instrument entirely within just 2 years. The primary reason for this is simply that the kids are bored. As a music teacher, I can attest to the fact that the typical music lesson curriculum of scales and music theory does not promote a love of music. Rather, that is exactly what causes that 85% of kids to quit their music lessons entirely. Parents know that there are crucial cognitive benefits to music lessons, and no one should have to miss out on this experience simply because of boring lessons. The $1 Million Musician provides a solution to this problem. It's as simple as teaching the students what they actually want to learn. When I was a music teacher, I had a student who cried his way through every single music lesson, and it wasn't until I started teaching him his favorite song, the Star Wars soundtrack, that he began actually enjoying playing piano. We take this theory along with other case studies, and we make it into a fun, game-based curriculum for the students that's based on what they actually want to learn. We also provide options that include the whole family. So instead of the parents having to drop off their kid for an hour just to come pick them up, they can join in the fun with our parent-inclusive classes or by ourselves through our parent date night classes. Initially, we will be targeting parents of middle and high school students, or middle and elementary students who want their kids in music lessons but feel frustrated when their child expresses a dislike for music. We will start in the Jacksonville area. Statistics show that 82% of parents want their kids in music lessons. Based on this statistic, we can see that our total addressable market in the United States can reach over $39 billion annually. And our serviceable addressable market just in the state of Florida will be $2 billion annually. Focusing back in on Jacksonville, Florida, our target market is $330,000 annually in revenue. To start the $1 Million Musician, we will need $98,000 in startup costs. Each customer provides an annual revenue of $1,200 to the company, and with an internal rate of return of 52%, within 1 year, the $1 Million Musician will break even. Within 3 years, as we can see on the bar graph, the $1 Million Musician will become a $1 million company through expansion.
Winning the prize money would allow us to perfect our curriculum and to test the market by home lessons. We believe that every single week we would generate $1,000 or more. Discover the $1 million difference where music meets fun. Thank you for your attention. Are there any questions?
From a cash flow standpoint, would you selling memberships, or like my wife and I want to come have a date night on a Friday and learn to play guitar? Is it pay as you go or membership based?
So we will be offering both monthly and annual subscriptions, so you can buy a whole month or a whole year of lessons at one time for a discounted rate, or you can pop in for your individual lessons with your kid on Friday night if you want to do that.
I saw your chart, your revenue and your sales growth over 4 years was pretty substantial, but your operating cost stayed low. So what is the cost for you guys to actually run the business?
So I have a printout right here of our pro forma, if you guys would like to take a look at that. It is the graph on the bottom. But our operating costs are staying relatively low due to the fact that we'll be expanding through franchises. So we will be expanding by selling our curriculum, our formula, and that's how we'll expand throughout the United States while still making a revenue. Well, we'll only be operating a few locations in Florida. Thank you for your question.
So I'm a little confused. So the parents who are the customer are going to pay the company the annual or the monthly subscription. But then the kid needs to get the education, right? The training. Where are they going to get it?
At our music studio. So we will have a physical location where we are teaching the lessons.
So you're basically digitizing the sign-up process and the personalization, but they will still need to go through a...
So our startup business idea is a physical location where we will be teaching lessons, have other teachers there. And then as we find success through that, we will be expanding into a franchise where we're able to digitalize the process and our formula and our curriculum. Does that answer your question?
So the teachers are being paid by this company now,
So
not additionally by the parents later on.
The teachers we will hire as independent contractors, which will take away a lot of our expenses. So they will take in, if we have $60 per lesson, we will take $25 of that, and they will gain the rest of the profit themselves. Thank you guys very much.
The next pitch is connected. Jasmine Wallace, Danielle Winston, Juliana Rivera, and Isis Montserrat.
Right here. Is that mine?
Who's the loudest talker?
I am. What's yours? Are you here? Yeah. Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isis Montserrat.
I'm Gio Gudilaro.
Danny Winston, and Jasmine Wallace.
And I'm going to introduce you to Connected. Connected is a non-profit subscription-based platform revolutionizing student safety and mental health support in schools.
Only 1 in 6 students receive any form of mental health services, and shockingly, only half of those need access to the support that they require. These statistics are underscored significantly between the number of students experiencing mental health challenges and the agencies linking them to vital resources. In light of these findings, we present our proposed solution.
So how can we empower students to report concerns anonymously and access resources and promote mental health? By fostering a safe environment and preventing future crimes, we aim to create a supportive school community. So how will this app be used? First, you click the connect button. Then you select what section you want to report, whether it's related to suspicious activities, mental health, or on-campus issue. This will send the report directly to the school's selected personnel in charge of each section so they can assist the student with their needs. The app also connects the student in need to resources while the report is being attended to, whether that be hotlines, counselors, therapists, and more.
So, why us? We currently have a master's level psychologist and aspiring clinical psychologist on our team, so we understand the importance of mental health. As a whole, we are college students who have at one point felt uncomfortable or unsafe on campus grounds or experienced some mental health struggles. So, we are currently seeking more advice on the financial aspect of our plan, but currently we are priced at $2,000 annually for a trial and $6,000 after the inaugural year, with our customers being the schools themselves and in the future individual counselors. Because of this, our pricing is subject to change from district to district to cater to unique needs and preferences. Our total cost for the first year is around $550,000. However, there are currently 266,000 schools in the U.S. If we meet just 1% of that population, our projected revenue is $5.3 million and our profit $4.8 million, which again is the trial price. With this profit, we can further invest back into our company so we can increase our reach and quality of our services, solidifying ourselves as a nonprofit company. In summary, our flexible pricing, person-centered services reflects our confidence to succeed in providing support to our students. So, thank you for taking the time to connect with me, and we are now ready for any questions.
Thank you, I love your video. So, you need schools, K through 12 schools to be your clients. What are they using now, and why is this better?
Currently, we don't really see them using much of anything at all, which is why we highlight the fact that only 25% of students reach out to get any mental health services. So our app will be connecting students to the mental health services through schools themselves. Yeah, solving that problem.
Add on to that question real quick, the only thing that they actually have currently is called BARC. And BARC doesn't actually give the mental health services that they need. It's more of suspicious activity and making sure the children aren't being bullied. It's called BARC and BARC Junior. And they don't really have anything that gives you the mental health support that you need. And the staggering numbers that we have are kind of showing that.
So they can access care through your app as well?
Yes.
What is your target? Is it elementary, middle school, or what's your target?
It's elementary, it's K through 12, and it also goes into universities.
So do you have to, if it's an app, do you have to have a mobile device to be able to use it? Because I have a 7-year-old who is not allowed to have a phone. So
what would happen is that the subscription would go through the universities or the schools, and we would do it for them so that it would actually be a free feature. And then as we progress through the app, we would actually find a way to actually make it accessible to children that are younger so that they have the capability as well. This is just a starting point for us because we want to make sure that there's that accessibility there. We know that everybody uses mostly typically mobile phones, but we are trying to find ways to better tailor it to younger children under the age of the 5th grade and below.
And we were thinking that the teachers themselves might have the app for their classroom as well, so if the student had a problem, she could go to the teacher, and then they could help them walk into the app themselves.
Okay, gotcha. So your ask is mostly to develop a pilot program and test it. Okay, thank you.
Next up is Bailey Walker with Move Better.
Good evening. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. My name is Bailey Walker, and I've had the pleasure of growing up on a family farm. This is my calf. His name is Moo. Unfortunately, he did not get enough nutrients from his mother in the first 48 hours of life. This being said, he almost didn't make it because we didn't get these signs fast enough. I thought about this while me and my family were up late at night, force feeding him, hoping that he would make it to the next day. With this being said, I found out there's a problem. The problem is that $11.4 billion are lost due to unexpected cattle and death. This is a large market, so we really need to figure out a solution to this. So I did. We have a smart vitals monitoring collar for cows. So what does it do? It will track vital signs like your heart rate, temperature, as well as alert signs if they're out of range. And for large cattle producers, it also has a GPS locator. And most importantly, for calves, it will track if the antibodies levels aren't high enough for them to survive. So the size of this market, just in beef cattle itself, not dairy, is $101.6 billion. Now, my target market would be the 30,000 beef cattle farmers in Florida and Georgia. So I do have a couple competitors. I have Cow Manager. They unfortunately do not give a lot of information on what signs they are tracking. They're not very accessible and do not list pricing at all. Alflex is strictly on dairy production, so it will track how much dairy and milk a cow can produce per year. However, Move Better is focused on calves and heifers, as well as it will be accessible to small farms as well as large farms that have more than 100 head of cattle. So my sales strategy, I would retail in stores like Tractor Supply, and in rural areas, we would hit local feed stores. And if you have large farms, which is over 100 head of cattle, they'll be able to buy in bulk on the website for a lower price. So my timeline. Year one, we're going to do product development, promotion, and pre-orders, and I would go to events like the Agriculture Show, which is in Moultrie, Georgia, and hits thousands of people. So by doing this, I would get relationships by this, as well as funding. And then year two, my projected sales is about $3.75 million. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Quick question. Do cattle farmers have insurance like crop farmers have crop insurance?
Yes, sir. A lot of them come from agriculture is very insured, thankfully. And there's places like Fresh from Florida, as well as agriculture shows that host insurance liability and things like that.
We're well in time here, 3 minutes to go. How much margin do the farmers have right now? So, as in, how much eagerness would there be to add an additional cost per cow?
Yes, so normally the numbers that I was looking at for a small family farm, it would be hard to cough up like 50 collars or $50 a piece. But when you think about it, that's only if you lose 2 calves. So calves can go to $1,500. Is that not the question? Oh, no, okay. It's up to $1,500 in price. So by losing 2 calves, and you could have bought 50 collars.
Your collar is going to monitor the cow's health, right? So, how much money would it be? How much money would it cost to save those 2 cows in that case? Yeah.
If you find out these vital signs earlier, just like our relationship with Moo, we have to buy a lot of formula for the cow and a lot of nutrients, and that can add up, especially if you are a large farmer, and it can be thousands of dollars just to save 1 cow.
Hi, Billy. So you're making a smart watch for my cow. Pretty much. Like this one here? Yes, Apple. Okay, and then the farmer has an app where I can track, perhaps, my heart rate, other vital signs that would indicate distress. Have you considered, so here's some hard questions that would come from Real Shark Tank, partner to prototype your design?
I have not. I feel like there's something that the cow manager and other businesses are kind of hiding, because I personally looked out for pricing to get more information to see like what my competitors are selling these collars at, and they didn't get back with me, so I don't know if it's just they haven't sold enough, they don't have enough market or promotion, but I would definitely want to be with somebody in the medical field for that, because there's already technology like smartwatches that I could pair with to get that collar going.
Bailey, I know a guy in agro-tech in St. Augustine. Next, we have Evan Drumbull, Christian Rona, and Alexa on Finbot.
Testing, testing. Hi, Dolphins. My name's Evan Drumbull. Imagine coming home to a mountain of bills you're struggling to pay. The weight of debt feels like it's crushing you. You feel hopeless. This is the exact story that my mom shared with me that got me into personal finance. The majority of Americans are struggling with financial literacy. They're in debt, 78% are living paycheck to paycheck, and they don't know where to turn. This is an overwhelming call to action. The solution is Finbot, a free personal finance platform that allows you to erase the typical obstacles to financial literacy: a lack of time, a lack of money, or a lack of education. Finbot automatically tracks your income and expenses, creates personalized goals and budgets, and it will help you build healthy financial habits. When it comes to managing your money, no more fear, no more anxiety, and no more excuses. This is what your personal financial dashboard will look like on your phone, so no need to spend hours making your own in Excel like me. But what makes Finbot different from other financial apps? Introducing Finbot's AI. This is what allows you to ask questions anywhere and anytime. For example, you're at the grocery store. Hey Finbot, how much is left in my budget for groceries this month? Or what would it look like to buy a car right now? Now, if Finbot's free, how's it going to make money? Finbot will act as a lead magnet for financial professionals. What I mean by that is that as Finbot users uncover additional financial needs, we can then refer them to financial professionals. Tax services, investments, debt management, insurance. Based off other similar commission-based revenue models like Credit Karma, we've established a $25 average commission per referral. Our total addressable market will be Gen Z Americans, the most in need of financial literacy education, as well as a generation that's already used to using AI. This will make up 170 million. Our SAM will be 25.5 million, and our SOM will be 457,000, focusing specifically on our early adopters located here in Florida. Finbot needs $150,000 to get started, with a projected 47% return on investment. And we are looking to be a $1.2 million business by year 5. Dolphins, winning this $5,000 will not only help kickstart the development of Finbot, but will help the thousands and thousands of Americans that are struggling to manage their finances. Help me revolutionize personal finance.
What is the workload for the user as far as inputs to Finbot in order for it to actually give you accurate information on if I can buy cereal or not?
Absolutely. So The entire goal is to make it completely effortless for the user. So it will track whether you use credit cards or it comes out of a personal bank account. It will know your exact income expense amounts. So that way you don't have to be logging stuff like other apps. You have to log your transactions. And for a mom who has 2 kids who's working all day, she can't come home and be able to log her expenses day in and day out.
So there's like an initial, sorry, Paul, there's like an initial link this to my Wells Fargo or whatever accounts, and then from there, we'll just start pulling all my data in and organizing it for me.
Yep, very similar to Rocket Money if you're familiar.
How are you?
Good.
All right? All right, good. So you're obviously aware of possible competitors. What have you done to improve the model?
So the focus is going to be the free aspect of automatically entering. So like you asked earlier, these other apps, it's not only is it a subscription to have it, and then you still have to manually enter a lot of your stuff. Even Rocket Money, you have to go pull your statements from your different credit cards, submit it for it to then get that information. So it's not automatic and it's not free. So our differentiator is going to be, it's going to be completely free, and it's going to help my target audience.
What is the first thing you need to do to bring this product to life?
It's going to be partnering with a very smart app developer.
All right.
I have a quick question. It's actually building on this question, which is, I was wondering how much time you allocated into beta testing, because it reminds me a lot of Mint.com, which is actually shutting down.
Yeah.
But I loved it for many, many years because it aggregates everything. But even then, even having people, very smart people in the back end working on tagging everything right, there were a lot of mislabeled expenses. So I'm wondering, I guess with AI, it can go either way, right? It can be super easy to program or it could be a nightmare.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you're allocating enough time and resources into that.
Absolutely. Well, that's a great question, first of all. It will absolutely be expensive. Not only developing that, making sure you find the right partners that are knowledgeable and that can make the fixes like you're saying, as things come up and need to be fixed right away. That can be kind of a downside to outsourcing it right away. You want to make sure you have people in the house that are really smart about what they do. Thank you.
And next we have Jen, Natalie Horton, Demetri Ross, and Justin Wilson.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Natalie,
My name is Dimitri Ross.
and we are the team behind Gen. We created Gen as a way for users and clients to connect with small and local businesses based off of their personal interests and preferences. By doing this, we hope to increase customer foot traffic as well as uplift local economies. So, in Florida alone, there are around 3 million small businesses, and within the first 5 years of starting a small business, about 50% of them fail. Now, there are 2 major reasons for this. One being the big businesses that come in and kind of overrun everything, and then the lack of effective marketing. We really want to make small businesses more accessible to the masses by focusing our small business market in Florida. So our app, Gem, is a resource for businesses to connect with users that will discover, connect, schedule, and pay through our app. We will also use customer data to recommend businesses that are adhered to their interests and preferences, and we will provide sales and booking services to eliminate stress for these business owners. For example, a user can find a tattoo artist in their area. They could contact them, schedule an appointment with them, and pay a deposit all in one go, making the whole process easy for both parties. We really want our users to find their local gems.
So why us? Well, the primary reason is my mother is starting a local business back home, and I know how difficult it is. And for her, she currently works at a local business, and she understands how hard it is to keep it running. Now, our expected investment is roughly $500,000, and the way we're going to pay this back is we're going to have a $100 a year subscription for the business owner and a 1% transaction fee for each transaction in the business. And the estimate we're getting for the profit uses 2% of Florida's local businesses and a $50 average transaction fee, and that comes around to roughly $20.5 million of profit. At GEM, we hold local businesses at the center of our service, and we look for your help and support in investing and advertising. Thank you.
One quick note and a question. So the quick note is the 1% transaction fee. I presume that you are, because you said that the transactions go through your platform, you're going to be responsible for the transaction fee that you have to pay to credit card companies and such. If you take that into account in your financial estimations?
No, actually. So.
But other than that, great. The second question that I have on this is you're definitely going to get your business side to buy in on this thing. If you can lead to a higher lead generation, great. That's a good way to do that. But you need a second part in this market. You need the actual users, the customers for these businesses to be on your app as well. And I haven't seen exactly how you're going to reach out to them. How are you going to bring them in?
Yeah, so we really are looking for advice on how to market this mainly. We maybe could reach out to small businesses to begin with and hope that through people already going to them, that they will start using like their current customers and people that come to their business. If we reach out to them and they're interested in our product, they can try it out basically and start getting their customers to use it and kind of like see the feedback.
One thing to add on that point actually is the recommendation system for the customers. The way we would recommend other businesses to a customer would be, say a customer is getting a certain haircut at a salon somewhere, and there's like a different business that's related to that specific maybe hairstyle or that look. So GEM would basically send out a notification to that customer and start to promote that other business in the area.
So the $100 yearly subscription, is that for the users or the local businesses?
That's for the businesses.
Okay. And then the users, there's no fee for them to use it?
Correct.
Okay. Then are you obsoleting yourselves because after you connect a user with a business one time, can't they just do purchases direct from the business without having to use your platform?
So the advantage of the platform is it's essentially sort of, you pay through and you choose like what you want. So for example, you just use the example, I guess, of the tattoo, or we don't have it anymore. But the example tattoo, say you want a forearm tattoo or something, and you would specifically go to that page on GEM, pay for that tattoo on GEM, schedule it on GEM, walk into the business, get it, walk out. You don't have to worry with like any paperwork, you don't have to worry about waiting in line. Everything's done before the customer enters the business.
Thank you. Our next group is Elizabeth Elliott, Terry Dean with the Bone Conduction Stuff Study.
Hi guys, so what we're doing today is building better hearing for our healthcare professionals. So what's our problem? It all boils down to safety. We have patient safety. We have a number of different healthcare providers that have difficulty using a traditional stethoscope actually hearing the chest and lung sounds they're listening for during a chest exam. And of those that can hear the sounds, many of them have problems differentiating between the various chest and lung sounds. And that's a problem for their patients because it leads to poor diagnostics, delayed treatment, and poor outcomes, like the one baby born every 15 minutes that has a congenital heart defect. And then we also have the potential for situational awareness. We have field medics, first responders, ER doctors, and nurses. They all need to be able to care for the patient while being aware of their surroundings. A traditional stethoscope goes in your ears, and then you are cut off. So our solution is a bone conduction stethoscope. It bypasses some of the structures of the ear to bring sounds directly to the cochlea. And because we can bring the sound directly to the cochlea, we can also amplify them so that it provides clearer acoustics. And this has the potential to affect the outcomes for every patient they see, like those in pediatric and geriatric care, like the some 80,000 kids under the age of 5 that are hospitalized due to RSV every year. And then we also have the acute and chronically ill, as well as trauma patients that are out in the field. Our potential, well, we have at least 1 in 8 healthcare providers that have trouble using the traditional stethoscope. And digital stethoscope sales are expected to reach 186 million by 2031. We have an average age of physicians of 53 years, and an average age of retirement of 65. That's over 10 years of exams on your mothers, your fathers, your sons, and your daughters. We have job growth, like the combat medics in the U.S. Army with an estimated job growth of 7%, and paramedics across the nation, an estimated job growth of 5%. So our addressable market, if we're selling these at $250 a unit, our TAM is sitting at $1.3 billion. Our serviceable accessible market is $175 million. And here in Northeast Florida, we're looking at about $2 million in our target market. And these are people just like Elizabeth Elliott.
So, yes. So you might ask why. I have spent 24 years of my life using the stethoscope, and I can tell you that I have never, I've heard the things that I wanted to hear as well as I needed to hear. I've worked with mothers and babies, both sick and well. I've worked in med-surg settings with very sick patients. And I now teach here at JMU and teach nursing students. And I still don't feel like I'm hearing the things that I need to hear as well as I should be hearing them. So I had a student a couple months ago who said to me that she was having a hard time using her stethoscope because of her narrow eustachian tubes. Her ear canals were really narrow. And I said, me too. I've always had that problem. It took me years to figure out how to do that. And I thought a light bulb was going off. We can fix this. We can fix this. We can do this and fix it, and so we should. Thank you.
Thank you. So your unit is $250 a unit. What's the average cost of the traditional stethoscope?
So stethoscopes actually have a really wide range. Traditional stethoscopes, you can pick one up for like $25. That's the cheap end. They can go all the way up to like $200, $300. And then you get into the digital stethoscopes, and they can range anywhere from 200 to 3,400 and on. So we're trying to get that entry that in the zone of I need it and I'm willing to pay for it. That situation.
So whenever I go in for a hearing test, I get the bone conducting part of the test, right? And I always notice how extremely tight that thing gets on my head and how happy I am that it's gone after the test. How are you going to address the necessity that actually really presses down on the bone for the end user?
Have you ever used aftershocks? Has anybody ever used the bone conducting headphones? They are very light, they're very comfortable. We have the technology to merge. We just need to merge it. We're not talking about coming up with something brand new. The technology's there, we just need to put it together.
How much will your unit cost to produce?
Well, that's one thing we need to do a little more research on. Obviously, that's one of the things we're asking for is hopefully pair with somebody that can do a little more research and development. Aftershocks are super comfy. It's super uncomfortable. If they're happy medium, things like that. So we do need a little more R&D on it. But we are thinking somewhere in the range of $100 because again, it's not being invented a wheel and it's not a whole lot of components.
So as these digital stethoscopes improve as they're going forward, maybe we don't even have to put anything in our ears anymore. They listen to it at all. Right? How do you address that threat for your business?
So there's always, so you're saying technology is moving, you might, stethoscope might be obsolete. So there's always going to be the need for a quick diagnosis. You're in the field, you're a paramedic out on the road, you're listening for chest sounds. Do they have a punctured lung? You know, you don't have to be like, let me hold on, let me go to radiology or let me go get an ultrasound. You're going to need to know right then how to help the patient and keep them safe.
Our next group is solo support, Olivia Ellis, Elise Lemieux, Madison Freeman, and Zane Eccles.
Hello, my name is Olivia Ellis. I'm Anita Amir.
I'm Zane Eccles.
And I'm Maddie Freeman. And this is Solo Support, where we are aiming to build a brighter future for nearly 14 million single parents in the United States. It's a free to download or subscription-based app aimed to provide support and guidance for single parents struggling with all the demands that come with parenthood by providing them with access to expert guidance, a supportive community, and essential resources. There's around 14 million single parents in the United States only, which is nearly 1 in 4 children that live in a single parent household. We want to address the single parents that are overwhelmed with all the responsibilities of raising a child on their own. Our goal is to address all 14 million single parents.
Our solution is to create a guide and ever-growing resource for parents to utilize during the child-rearing process, from newborn to young adults. Some of our pre-planned features include the creation of a supportive and like-minded community both locally and globally, instant access to expert guidance with a 24/7 emergency helpline, exclusive discounts and deals with partner brands and local businesses, as well as having constantly updated fundamental parenting resources customized to their needs. For example, on the screen here, this has been customized for a single mother with a newborn. Her feed features relevant links and videos that match her interests and needs, like diaper changing tips, dealing with postpartum depression, newborn essentials, and more. Our motivation comes from our own personal experiences engaging or growing up in single-parent households. Parents already deal with physical and emotional burdens that take a toll on them, and these can be amplified in homes where a parent raises a child on their own. As a result, this can often lead to lasting negative effects for the parent-child relationship, as well as the child's development through life.
I was raised in a military household where my dad was usually away on deployment, so my mom had to take over the roles of both parents, including feeding me, teaching me to speak and socialize, and taking me to school.
My uncle became a single parent overnight with 3 kids ranging from various ages and was very confused. I remember him calling my mom all the time asking for help because he had no idea what to do and had very limited resources.
We recognize that there is a growing need for support, and we believe that we can make a difference.
In the first year, we're asking for $526K for our total investment, and our expected return, we only need 1% single parents above the poverty line. With a yearly subscription of $80, our revenue will come out to $8 million, and our profit comes out to $7.4 million.
At this time, we would appreciate any type of advice, any type of feedback, and we're happy to take any questions that you may have. But overall, we thank you for your support and for your time.
Are there any other apps out there that you guys know of that help with parental support?
There were other apps that we looked at, but they did seem to be mostly geared towards specifically mothers instead of customized towards mothers, fathers in different situations. They also seem to be prohibitively expensive and kind of without very many features. So we felt like we could expand upon that and actually make the product that we think those should be.
Follow up unless someone. So you're gonna customize it to the parent. So if it's a single mother versus a single father, there could potentially be different care instructions or?
It's not necessarily different care instructions, it's the fact that it's inclusive, because most people think just single moms, but there are single father households out there. It may not be as much as the single mother households, but they're still there, they're still relevant, they still should be included, and they should have access to the same sort of information. Especially since there is a stereotype of dad doesn't know what to do. Well, we don't want them to feel that way. We want them to feel included and safe and supported.
Gotcha. So your customizable will be more, I'm a single dad with 3 kids of these ages or these genders or whatever, and that's where they need more of the customized help versus I'm a dad or a mom.
Yes, it will be customized per parent, per child. So if there's more than one child in the household, different age, different needs, they would have their own specific profile, I guess, under the parent profile, just to have them different guidelines to go for.
Super, thank you so much.
Don't forget about grandparents, like you said. Next group is Vibro, Dustin Wilson, James Harry, and Richard Long.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jocelyn Wilson, and I'm here today with my good friends Leighton Perry and Richard Long, and we are the founders of the Vibro Alarm. Now, if you would afford me for 1 second, literally 1 second, I'd like to play something for you. Hold on. From our research, 72% of our surveys rely on that sound to wake up in the morning. Now, me personally, I'm a chronic oversleeper, and that little ding ringtone is not enough. I'm sorry, right? And I said there had to be a change. I spoke to the folks around the Jacksonville University, and they expressed a similar feeling. And I said there had to be another way. We can't just rely on the same sonic-based alarm clock that we've been relying on since the 1780s, 1787, if you want to fact check me. Right? And so if you're like me, you probably saw the logo on the stage, you were thinking, Vibro what? This is the Vibro alarm. It's a Bluetooth connected vibrating alarm pad. And it's ideal for heavy sleepers, night shift workers, and individuals with hearing impairments. So how does the Vibro alarm work? Well, first of all, I mentioned going against sonic-based alarm clocks. This one has no sound. There is no sound. This is a silent vibrating pad that is solely based on the vibration intensity and the pattern that you can customize yourself. And it is a better way and a more efficient way to ensure that you will be awake for the rest of your day. All right, so let's get down to the money, because at the end of the day, cash does rule everything around me, right? The total addressable market is $232 million, right? The market size is about $18.5 million, and our serviceable addressable market is $34 million, right? We are selling our product for $99.99, and it takes us about $12 to make each product, each unit, each pad. And the pad is connected to an app, a free app that you would download, and you would customize it by syncing your alarm pad with the licensing number that you would find on the back of the product. And within the first 5 years, we will be a $5 billion business with what we are asking for $275,000 with a 55% return on investment. And so we are expected to break even in the first 48 months, and we expect it to be a $5 million business by year 5. All right, so how does it work? Now, Rich, you mind handing me the vibro alarm? Thank you. Take the mic. So this is meant to be a little prototype here, right? What you would do is you would sync the vibro alarm pad with your app. The licensing number is individualized, right? And you would place it under your pillow. You're not sleeping directly on the pad, you're sleeping on your pillow. The pad is on top. Sorry, the pillow is on top of the pad. And you will customize the intensity, the pattern, and the frequency that you want to be woken by. Some people are light sleepers, but some people like me, if I go to sleep, I'll wake up next week, right? The product truly came from being tired of waking up at 10 a.m. for my 8 o'clock class with Professor Edelin, and I said there had to be a change. And that is where the vibro came from. And so let's just talk about the struggles of oversleeping. I can talk to you firsthand, or we can just look at the market. We can look at worldwide research. The NBC News conducted a survey in 2023 where over 60% of all of their surveys nationwide snoozed their alarm more than once, and a quarter of that snoozed their alarm and accidentally cut it off, right? Now, see, that's problematic. What happens if you have an event, a job interview? Matter of fact, I surveyed someone who missed the flight for their grandfather's funeral. I said, this is not possible. We can't keep going like this. And so with your investment, not only will we get financial support, but we will help the world never snooze again.
Thank you. What percentage of the population uses their cell phone as an alarm currently?
It's about 72%.
72%. Thank you.
Every single wearable that tracks your sleep patterns has a vibrating option, right? Your phone, including that little beep, will vibrate, which is the right setting. How are you going to be different from those other multi-use systems?
Well, I can speak from first-hand experience. There are times where my phone is dead. There are times where my phone is on silent. There are times where my phone is on do not disturb, and I simply do not get that notification to wake up. And so this is an alarm clock that is the sole purpose is to wake you up in an effort where it's not disrupted by the jarring sounds of that ringtone that you just heard.
There's a lot of different sleep apps out there. Calm is the one I'm thinking of that is designed to help you fall asleep, but then also designed to help you wake up in a healthy way, out of REM, if you will. Does this have the same kind of, do you have progressive settings for this, or is it like I'm asleep and then earthquake?
Oh, no. See, someone like me would need an earthquake to wake up, right? But you can customize it. That was our whole goal, to make it customizable. Where for someone who's a light sleeper, you can have it where it's a slope, there's a sloping effect we were talking about. There was the earthquake effect that I would need, right? So that's what, you know what I mean? Or someone who's a light sleeper in general, where you just get a light rumble. But it's designed for you, really. That's the main goal. Thank you so much.
Our next contestant is Liam Wheeler with Huntopia. I think Justin's taking 25 credits, so he has also slept in my class. That's pretty bad.
Very good. All right, hello everyone. My name is Liam Wheeler, and today I'm here to present you my idea, Huntopia. So my whole life I've enjoyed hunting, going outside in the wilderness, but I've found with talking to a lot of my friends that enjoy the wild, they don't have an opportunity to go out and find places to hunt. This is due to the fact that, as we all know, the housing market is pretty crazy right now. The cost of attaining new land or buying new land is very expensive.
there's a lot that people don't know about hunting, and they have very limited time to learn what is needed to be known. Second, brings me right into my customer. So along with just new hunters and people that are looking to look for a new hobby and they're very interested in the outdoors, we also include discouraged hunters. Those are people that have been hunting for several years, they spend their time in tree stands, they don't see anything, they're discouraged, they spend a lot of time at work, and they use all their money from work towards hunting just to be skunked year in and year out. So what is our solution? We're a two-sided marketplace that connects both landowners and potential hunters through an Airbnb type service where we offer landowners, we have scouted out properties with preset hunting locations, and we offer daily rentals, and we offer the connection between the landowners and the potential hunters. So impact. If you guys aren't currently hunters, you may look at this and say, why do I care? Well, hunting yearly makes us $796 million in revenue just from hunting licenses. That money is spent towards conservation efforts that help your boating, your hiking, and any outdoor opportunities, as well as improving diversity in hunting, which is currently a very white male-driven hobby. So our business model, how do we make money? We're a commission-based model that makes 10% from the person that's renting out the land and 5% from the person that is renting out their land. We have calculated a total addressable market of $12.3 billion, service attainable market of $1.23 billion. We took a very conservative approach, 1% of that as early adopters for $1.23 million. Our startup costs are very low, as we have very low overhead at $75,000, and we project a year one revenue around $952,000. So why us? I feel like when you're investing in a business, you're not only investing in the idea that you have for a business, but you're investing in the person that's leading the business. Me, myself, I have a very great passion for hunting, as I've been hunting for over 10 years, and I'm very passionate about the business that I have brought to you today. So closing, are you ready to empower the next generation of hunters? I'm asking $75,000 for the startup of my business towards marketing efforts and software development, but with any money that I would be receiving from the Dolphin Pitch, I would start early stages of research towards how I can really start up this business and develop my app. And skip right through. But if you guys have any questions, I'm open for them.
Hi, I don't know anything about hunting, which makes sense because of what you said about diversity in hunting. Makes sense. But that's why I'm so excited to see this. Just to make sure I understand, you'll be talking to landowners who already have licenses where their lands, you're allowed to go hunting.
Yes, ma'am. So pretty much we would be offering landowners, they don't need any licenses. So the person that would be then renting the hunting land, they need to be licensed themselves, but the landowners don't need any licensing at all.
Okay, so it will be a platform like an Airbnb for hunting locations.
Very similar, yes, ma'am.
Got it. Thank you.
So we have a couple acres with some turkeys, bobcats, I think, lots of snakes. But what are the insurance ramifications for letting people come on my property to shoot things with a gun?
So that's a very interesting point. So I looked at the Airbnb model. I said, how do they take on such a high cost potential for somebody damaging their house? So how it works is the homeowner actually uses their homeowner's insurance and that applies. So I figured we would take the similar model as the homeowner insurance is what covers potential issues if there is something that does go wrong.
Near the beginning, you mentioned discouraged hunters and that they spend, they work hard and use their resources to then spend money on gear and everything else to go hunting just to be skunked. So good plan words. But are you looking for, when you're providing service, are you looking for specific property owners that have high game populations to help with guaranteeing more, is it targets, or I don't know what the word is, like to not get skunked, or is it mostly just to provide the access to land?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So when it comes to hunting, there's no guarantees at all, which it's part of it. But we would offer also on top of that a service where for people that aren't new to hunting, but they have a lot of land, where you kind of have experienced people in hunting, they know what to look for in the woods, they know from different signs, and they know where to set up tree stands. So we offer that service as well to people that don't already planned out land and they're not hunting already. So that would be causing the people that are the landowners, it would cause them to have to go on contract with us, so they can't just get our service and then leave without us having an opportunity to rent out the property. But there's nothing guaranteed in the world of hunting.
Thanks to Jack Kugas, who's embraced on Perfect Vacation.
Hello? There we go. Perfect. Hello everyone, my name is Jack Kugas, and this is Perfect Vacation. So, everyone's problem usually is you don't know where you want to go, you don't know what you want to do, and a lot of problems that I've had over spring break was I didn't know how to book my vacation. So I felt overwhelmed, stressed, and I'm sure a lot of you can attest to that, feeling overwhelmed, stressed, not knowing what to do. So, sometimes you don't know what you want to do on vacation, you don't know places to eat, things to go, excursions is huge, and you don't know simply where to stay. So who's our customer? Our customers are people, just family, individual travelers, tourists, anyone looking to find that perfect vacation. Our solution is an AI-powered personalization app that can help you do everything like that, like budget planning, transportation services, and finding the best place for excursions, itineraries, and experience for our users. Impact, why should you care? Well, you should care because it's a personalized vacation experience, maximize enjoyment, budget planning, and motivation to take that leap, to finally take that dream vacation that you guys always wanted to take. Our business. So a little overview of our business. It is commission, advertising, subscription, and fees. And the average cost of a vacation is usually just under $2,000, and our commission will be $20 per customer. And so it would cost $130,000 to launch this app, and it would be 49% return on investment. And then after 5 years, we make around $850,000 in net revenue. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for your support. And that all I can ask for is also your support. Any questions, please email me, reach out. I'd love to talk further about my business idea. Thank you.
So just to prove that I'm old, I used to have access to a travel planner, commissioner, travel agency, basically. And one of the reasons why I don't see that many travel agencies, like little shop purchasing or booking your holiday for it, it's because it's basically getting too expensive. So how are you going to avoid that same concern here, where you are going to charge them for this this opportunity to book the holiday that they honestly could have done also if they would just go to the airline, book it to hotels.com, book the hotel.
Yeah, so inside our app, we would have places where you can use like transportation services, hotel services. So you don't have that problem going outside your way of the app to do that. So the app would do that for you.
So I just went to a national park in Texas a few weeks ago. So if your AI planned that trip for me, am I paying the $20 or the businesses around that national park, or are they paying as advertisers?
So you would pay that $20, and that's how we would get the commission through the app.
Next is Andrew with composting JU. Andrew is a Dolphin Pitch alumni from last year, so welcome back. It's not working. It's not working. Use your phone.
So I have a little special gift for all of you. Little tiny plants. Little You're welcome. Alright, that clicker. There it is. Well, hello, my name is Andrew Blanchette, and I'm going to be talking about composting here at JU. So as you can look on here, all of the red dots is stuff that can actually be composted that was thrown away. 95% of stuff that actually is thrown away can actually be composted. A lot of universities, colleges, even businesses, and even just people like you all are starting to compost. And one example is a college in Vermont actually saved $100,000 from land or trash fees by just composting 90% of what they threw away, which is a lot of money over time. So the solution is making compost bins. So of course, I have test piloted these right now in the MSRI, which is the Marine Science Research Institute, and in my dorm room. So you can have them for different varieties, one for coffee if you like, or one for composting. It's a simple design. We are buying these right now at JU. These are the Lysol bins you see in all the buildings. One has holes in the bottom, one doesn't. That's for the drainage system. You can have a bigger one that I have in my dorm room, which is up here, it's hard to see. But we're already paying for it, so we're recycling the bins, so you're getting a 2-in-1 profit. So what's the impact here? Well, you're using the bins that JU is already paying for. You're reducing the amount of trash waste that you're creating on campus and the lower cost that you're spending on that trash for someone to come pick it up. You're also getting a way more nutrient-rich soil than you're going to get from companies that come bring soil on for fertilization, as well as soil that you're going to buy from stores, which can have pesticides as well as chemicals as well. So this is much organic nutrients. You can also put it right back on the campus as well. So instead of buying soils and fertilizers, you can put this back on the land, just as you see this photo that I took earlier today. So why now? Well, we have global climate change, of course. It's super easy to do. We're already buying the bins already. It's low cost. You can even start an organization here on campus that creates ideas like this to better make a better eco-friendly campus. As a student who was looking for colleges in junior year, this is something that I would be interested in when I was looking for colleges. So let's get dirty and let's go to compost here at JU.
This is great, obviously, composting at home as well. Love that idea, it's a great lifestyle. How is this a business?
So it actually, when I think about this, it's not really a business or a hobby. My main objective is to save JU money. We spend a lot of money, and so that's $100,000 less that we could be spending on trash. So it's not about making money or creating a business, it's more about how can you save the money. If that answers your question.
I agree, it's a good idea. But how are you going to scale this out to other places where maybe they don't have this, at other universities here in Jacksonville or around Florida? I'm looking for how are you going to make sure that this becomes something scalable and sustainable in and of itself?
Well, I get you know. So again, starting a product here at JU, testing it, seeing how it goes. And then these bigger bins, they're about $4 at Walmart. So very cheap that a college could go buy, get them, create them. If you have I'm sure a college has power tools, so they can drill holes in it. and then have them in places like their dining halls, or they're in a place in their residential halls that they can have. So it's low cost, again, $4, very cheap, that these colleges can go out and make them themselves.
So if you have $5,000 from winning the competition, what do you do with it?
So you can actually make bigger compost bins with wood. It kind of looks like big crates. So we can even have them implanted into the ground. So if you want it to look pretty nice and everything, you can have it tucked away underground. And so things like worms and stuff, like I have worms in these ones, all that stuff can come in, or break down the material you throw in there, and then you can come shovel it up and take it and put it out onto wherever you may need it. So creating these,
there you go.
So the money would go towards making these sort of sites around campus.
I just have a quick question. I'm wondering, it seems like such a collaborative effort, right? Since people have to bring or dispose of their trash in the right way. How is the response on campus? I'm just curious about that.
So far, what I've been testifying on at the Marine Science Research Institute, I've had really good success. A ton of people, we have a coffee machine, like one of the photos, that's right next to it. So people, after they're done with their little curds or whatever it's called, or the big filter, they can just put it into that bin. And then I collect them and take them to my locations that I have and spread them throughout. And then I also have one of the compost bins right on the kitchen counter. So say you finish an apple, you can just discard it right in there.
But you still have to go and collect it yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then if you went and have a big collection site, someone could go take it and dump it into that big collection site.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's all composting, material for my compost, not the plant, but the actual soil. You're welcome.
We're almost done. We're down to the last three. And next is post-grad pals. Now we halting and Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hi everyone, my name is Pam and this is my partner Natalie and we're going to introduce to you a mobile app called Postgrad Pals. So what Postgrad Pals is I'm graduating at the end of this month and I basically spent all my time on LinkedIn and what I realized is there's a lot of jobs out there that fit exactly what I'm looking for or I feel like I would be a great candidate for, but the only problem is they're in states really far away from here. So obviously with graduating college, there's a lot of stress that comes with not knowing anybody in the new city that you move to. So that's why we decided to invent Postgrad Pals. So Postgrad Pals is going to basically be an app. You can go online, take a personalized quiz, and it can introduce you to people who are in the same city as you post-grad, maybe in the same job hunt, maybe looking for an apartment or rooming in the same price range. So that's kind of how we thought of this app and why it would work. Also, we're going to host pop-up events. This is going to be really good for us, I feel like, because we're going to basically have events that everyone can come and socialize and it won't be awkward. You just meet a bunch of new people and it will be like a very laid-back setting. So what is our market size? Every year there are about 2 million different college grads that enter the workforce. 18% of them usually move home. 32% of them stay in their college town, and then 48% of them move to a different city and they pursue a new area. So taking out 48% of the 2 million college grads, we can expect that there's going to be about 960,000 people who would be in need of an app such as Postgrad Pals. So where does early talent want to be? As you can see here on this chart, this is just a little visual of where most college graduates are moving to. So the bigger the circle, the more people are moving there. Big cities like in Texas, Boston, California are where college graduates are often going to. So we have a few steps for this app. So our first step is we're going to launch it nationwide so that everybody in every state has access to it.
The second one is we found 3 very popular cities, so we're gonna do Jacksonville, Charleston, and Austin to host our first pop-up event that people can go and attend to. Our goal is by the end of the year that we can host it in 15 major cities. And then if possible, we would love to open up an office here in Jacksonville as well.
So how are we actually gonna make some money? The app would cost $2.99 monthly, and then yearly it would cost $29.99 as a little bit of a cheaper option in the long run. And then we'd eventually love to offer a premium version later down the road if we could get to developing that. And then also going off of the income, we can see with the 960,000 possible college grads, with the amount of money that they will be paying for this app, we would expect around $2,870,000 would be our profit. So thank you, and we hope that you can find a pal through Postgrad Pals.
Thank you. A big component of the business is retention of their customers. I use the ESPN app, but I'll watch an event and then cancel the subscription, and maybe a year later I'll renew. So what is your plan for retaining your users?
Yeah, so with the retention, the biggest part of our app that makes us different from like other apps such as Roomies, I know there's some out there for just everyone in general, is these events. People are going to want to start coming to events, and when you start making friends, when you start making roommates and people you can go to social outings with, you're going to want to keep going to these events. And then we're going to be hosting more later down the road and posting them on the app, like where you can find them, who's all going to be going, you can purchase tickets to them, get QR codes. But that's kind of like our unique factor, is that you're going to be able to go to these super fun events and just want to keep going to them.
You mentioned pop-ups. I was wondering if you would consider having pop-ups that are virtual, so people can link up with other people in other cities before they move, and they can have guidance.
Yeah, definitely. So I know with recent trends that we've been looking at, it's 42% of people are currently doing hybrid work. So they're both online and in person. So that would definitely be something we would consider, considering there are a decent amount of people who are both doing online and in-person work. And that would be a great way to meet people as well.
Yeah, and the personalized quizzes also, you can do that like before you move so that you can find people and you can probably connect online, like FaceTime, text, whatever, so you know each other before you like either move in together, hang out together, stuff like that.
So having personally gone through a journey of getting out of college and moving a couple of times, you mentioned there's different apps out there, roommates, and actually I think, I don't want to be like risque in here, but like Bumble has a friends option that's actually trying to meet friends. And there's other ones out there, right? So having moved and trying to connect and meet people myself, I didn't know how to do that. I had to Google it, and I found like, okay, there's meetups and there's other things. How are you guys going to get your name out there to your target audience so that they know there's a platform to
Yeah, so I would love to be able to go into like big colleges around the university and maybe just start marketing our app that way, getting people to log onto the app, make a profile, start connecting with people so that they can start connecting with people at other big schools that are across the country that you don't even know exist yet. So going into colleges and universities and seeing if we can get people to download that way would be our first line of attack.
Next, we have Andrea Diaz with Look Lab.
It says Dolphin Pitch Look Lab at the bottom.
Little punchy.
Hello, you guys. Hello, you guys. My name is Yandra, and before I start, I would like to ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever struggled finding what to wear for any occasion whatsoever? Right, I struggle with that as well. But the solution is with that. That it will not be an issue with it anymore. Imagine waking up every day and after clicking a few buttons, the solution is right in your face. Did you guys know that the average American spends 8 hours a month trying to figure out what to wear? And 74% of their wardrobe they keep purely for sentimental reasons but never wear it. And this is some issues that the lab is trying to solve, saving money and time. So the solution. Love Lab aims to simplify the process of finding what to wear for any occasion, whether that be going out with your friends, going to the office, or just a regular outings like a brunch with your friends. The market I'm trying to address are adults between the ages of 21 and 44 who live in busy cities, who have fast-paced lives, who are trying to balance their work and social lives. They may also have office jobs that require them to show up in person every day. The unique features that Look Like possesses are we generate outfits based on weather conditions, different fashion trends, the body type, and the way it works is our customers will have already scanned their wardrobe pieces, and based on that, they will select the criteria needed for every occasion, and the app will generate a different outfits for them to wear. So how do we make money? The app will offer different membership options, ranging from $4.99 to $14.99, as you guys can tell. That will allow customers to have different access to different features of the app. And for the first year, I'm sorry for the bit of an issue down there, but our target sales for the first year are 25,000 subscribers. That will be divided between all three memberships. So why should you choose us? Because Look Live not only cares about how you look, but we care about how you feel. We encourage our customers to express themselves with how they look, and we want to help you look and feel your best every time you step out. And with that, that's it. I would like to ask you guys for the $5,000 that will go towards the starting cost to create the app. Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you an ignorant question because my wife dresses me. Will your app pick up on like where someone lives, like, you know, people in Miami may dress different, or maybe different trends than people in Texas. So will the app pick up on geography?
Yes, it will. Like I mentioned before, our app will generate the outfits based on the weather conditions, the place you live, and also your preferences as well. For example, you may not like to dress the same as the person next to you, so it's all a customizable experience.
I thought it was very generous to give 50 outfits for the middle tier. It's take more than I do. But the key question is, how is this really different from something like Stitch? I think I've heard someone talk about that they used that before as well. How is this different from that?
I'm sorry, can you?
An app out there that can help you get the right clothing in general, right? Like Stitch Fix or stuff like that. How is this different from that?
Well, my app, I focus on building a customized experience for every customer. But when you use other apps, it may be something just general as something that just putting pieces together you have in your wardrobe, not necessarily something that will fit you best, that will make you feel the most confident in what you're wearing.
So the app needs to know the clothes I have in my closet, and then it puts them together for me in different combinations based on my goals.
Yes, ma'am.
That's super cool, but that brings me to the next question of, how does it know what I have?
Well, you would have to take a picture of your clothing items, And so then the app scans it itself and then puts it in the algorithm so that it can generate outputs from there.
It's not gonna be short. I'll ask you after. I'm not able to.
I don't mind.
No, they're gonna tell me stuff.
Oh, wow, okay. Thank you, guys.
Our final participant, competitor for the night, is Dylan Myers of Warrior Blue Haven.
"40 military members die by suicide a day. I stand up here as a survivor. Before attending Jacksonville University, I served in the Navy. My time in the Navy is unforgettable because it was full of a lot of physical abuse by a male colleague. This abuse led me to my suicide attempt. I felt alone. I felt like no one understood the battle I was fighting between myself and my mind, but sadly enough, I wasn't alone. After reaching out, I found that many people in the military have suicidal thoughts and don't speak out because of fear of backlash. That is what I received once I speak out. We need a safe space, and that's why I introduced to you Warrior Blue Haven. Warrior Blue Haven is a groundbreaking concept that merges coffee and peer support. But it's not just about coffee and conversation. It's about honoring the sacrifices of those who put their life on the line for us. It's about changing the stigma behind mental health in the military. We are open to the public, but with our unique floor plan, we do have a main cafe and then a warriors only room. This is where the support will go on. This is where our warriors will feel safe to speak openly about what's going on in their mind. Although revenue from coffee sustains our operation, the true value lies behind saving lives. The total addressable market for the coffee industry is $50 billion. Our serviceable available market is $3.5 billion. That means 7% of live veterans and active duty service members. With a goal of 5% market in Northeast Florida, we hope to target just over 30,000. Today, I'm seeking $200,000 for a 15% stake. With this, we will open right outside the Naval Station Mayport and help lower the number of deaths. Their story was not over. Their life did not have to end because of lack of support. And this is why we need Warrior Blue Haven. Warrior Blue Haven isn't just brewing coffee, it's building support. Thank you.
Hi, so thank you so much for your courage and for sharing the story with us. And thank you for turning it into something that gives back to the community. I'm just so touched by it. Anyway, my question was, would you have a whole other team working on servicing the warrior only area so they get the support they need, separate from the coffee store, right?
Yes, so starting off, it would be just peer support, but my ultimate goal is to get probably in partnership with the Wounded Warrior to get those mental health professionals in and help them with what they're going through. Because active duty, when I did do my attempt, it took me 6 months just to be seen by a therapist. I was lucky to have the support at home, but not everybody gets that.
I hope if you get to build it, the resources come in. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. Would you just be targeting one location or military towns throughout the United States?
Our goal is to franchise with veterans. I would want majority of our franchise owners to be veterans who have the experience into bigger military towns. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
you mentioned bringing in revenue from coffee, and then you have this really great menu with all these catchy food items too, so I love that. Would your plan be to brew your own coffee, or would you be partnering with like local, like here it would be Bold City or Haymaker?
I would
Or
love to partner with Haymaker.
That was the right answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I told the dean, Dolphin Pitch is an over till somebody cries. Okay, so the judges will deliberate, and we'll have an answer in a few minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, and we have our CPA, governance auditor, who will help you. We also have the fan favorite, so you can use this QR code on your phones to vote for one of the pitches you saw tonight. That's our fan favorite. And we'll reconvene in 15 minutes to find out the winners, the 2 runners up and the money winner and fan favorite. Thank you very much. Let's give all of our competitors a big round of applause. Great job. There may be food out there, yes. There's still food out there. Go help yourself.
So you're ready to come back in 15?
Chandra, I'm coming.
Wait a second.
I'm gonna go. I will be. How busy is good? Yes. I'm actually. Oh, wow. Yes. Well, it's a pretty big problem. I'm not even okay.
How are you?
That's you know, not that she would be that's maybe my question. Good luck. Oh, it's almost false.
Yeah, we don't.
I just like all of those like are like. I just really have to get her. Okay, all right. But then you were going to say
How are you?
Okay, I tell you, I did say it today. But that's very
I love to do
Oh my God.
We actually want to see some of this. You really have to consider actually I don't think it's all. The things that are not interested in, it's Are you in like the new one? Gotta get a doctor to do it the right way.
How are you? How are you? I know. I was going to make sure. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
Like this severe, yeah. So, she would really go yeah, so the one goes Illinois, and then I don't know white and there's yeah, they're close.
What's the biggest check?
Are you going next week?
So you.
Prizes, Dino now, also, I'm gonna try to get a picture here.
Good.
Here, but. Oh, yeah, well.
And the results are in. We have a consensus among the judges. We also have the fan favorite. There is one rule stipulation I'll clarify. If you won one of the major prizes, you were eliminated from the fan favorite. So we did have some overwhelming votes from sports teams, but don't be surprised if, anyway, you'll see, it'll become obvious as we go through the results. With that, I will turn it over to our Dean, Dean Ritter, to announce the winners of the 2024 Dolphin Pitch.
It was a competitive field this year, very competitive, and I'm so proud of all of you for having the courage and doing the background work. You really knew what you were talking about, even when we pushed you with hard questions. Good job. We really appreciate the work you put into it, and thank you very much to Dr. Steinach as well as all of the faculty and judges. Our fan favorite for this year is $1 Million Musician. Congratulations. Congratulations.
When we're all done, we'll come up each individually with the judges, get your picture and your prize, okay? And we want to get pictures, but we'll announce them all.
All right. Runner-up number 2, which means third place, is Finbot. Congratulations. Runner-up number 1 is the Bone Conduction Stethoscope. Congratulations. And the first prize winner is Huntopia. And please, big round of applause for our main sponsor for our event, and First Horizon Bank, who will help us present the first place check today. All right, so anyone representing with Huntopia, please come up and let's take a picture, and then we'll go in order, backwards order.
And judges, please come up. We'll all get a picture. Get a whole big check. Come on, guys.
Come on, moving over front of the screen.
I lied.
We can turn on.
You can't even see me with the check.
Yeah, let's move it back. Oh, sorry. All right, 1, 2, 3. Big smiles, everybody.
Very good. You have a picture just Matt? Anyone else?
We going arms around.
Awesome. Next.
Come see me when you're done, so you can get.
Yeah, everybody. Very good. Finbot. You want to get a picture of all of these contestants? Thank you. Nutrition fan favorite. Squeeze it a little bit. Let's take a step, one step, one this way. So it's good. Awesome. Very good. Thank you. All participants up in front of the screen, we're going to take one picture of everybody. How's that?
Guys, you gotta squeeze in.
Judges. Two more.
Oh, yeah. You're not done yet.
There we go.
You didn't know what you signed up for.
Such a good spot.
Don't move, one more. Oh, one more.
Can y'all turn the projector off, because there's like words
On their faces.
Oh, I think they're trying to get the dolphin.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you so much for that, too. Would it be possible? Can you scooch in a little bit closer there? How many? Oh, just, yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay, everybody smile, cheese, Dolphin Pitch. Money, say money. Awesome, very good. Great job, everybody. Nope, sir.
Get back close together, please. Y'all get back close together.
Thank you. That's it, that's a wrap, thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Very close. It was, very
Mr. Finbot, can I have your email and, I'm gonna send you the paperwork to get a check.
some impossible number. Like Chinese hackers, well, we didn't.
Well, we need the right professor, you know, that's a network, that's probably
Very nice.
Alright, so just give me your email. Just give me your email and then I'll email you.
I know.
Specific connection.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to. I'm gonna, thank you so much. I will send you. With that information, that there's an address that you put on the sign, I will have to check. Oh, you're doing it, yeah, I work, I'm pretty good. That's fine, so, that's, like 45. See. Alright, I will email you. Thank you so much.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, congratulations.
He just did it.
You're in the right crowd. fun and. People live.
No, Are you going up? So.
Contact info.
Yeah, this is so fun. I'm so happy.
This is his money to spend on his company, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, his pitch is gonna be, let's go out and celebrate. All right. Good job.
Send me my cell phone number in an email. Send me some of those pictures.
Thank you.
Remind me that I did it, because if I don't
I wouldn't want Dr. Samet.
Hanging out with the geeks over here. Email people that I never met. You just got in and you're not.
Right, well, I'm proud. I will appreciate it.
And then you can see the email. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I'm used to it. We used to like in the dorm, so I always walk in. I walk in the dorm. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, when did you just present something? No. Oh, you were just. Yeah. I was in and out. So they can use what they learned. Yeah.
I appreciate you helping.
Oh.
You remember?
The windmill.
So, they got a window, it's a pinwheel.
Pinwheel.
Oh my goodness, I remember what it was called. What is that? Yeah. Sorry. Just to give you a little
The
background.
windmill, come on.
Remember the windmill?
It looked beautiful. Well, thank
Have a
you.
great night.
Good night.
And then you took it in.
This is amazing. We should talk about, thank you again so much.
Yeah, they're striking, right? Like, I think the pieces you put in a place to work, and where do we go from here? Listen, I think they need.
Congratulations, guys.
I was like, I know where to send you. I know, so, for sure.
Thank you very much.
What is it, fourth or fifth class, there's like a selective and a minor. They all need.
We'll see you next year.
They all need to take it.
We'll see you next year. Let me know who to talk to on that about, but yeah, contributing a couple, not a lot. I think you'll be able to do it. I like to have that as a sponsor.
We have our own pitch competition.
My people can get a free, you can say one of the, you can have a special mail or something. You guys can do your own $1,000 for help.
It's good to have both sides. When the flip side is also true.
If you guys can award. Because I want to try to get some.
About what we have already.
But I get like $500 from all these.
We went to gym, come up with it.
No, but you could have healthcare, we could have a women's award, right? Entrepreneur award, so we can. More money.
Yeah, the great thing is, actually, there's a lot of pitches when we do it, right? I mean, there are multiple.
Well, we could draw more from nursing, you saw the stethoscope, we could get more from nursing, we're gonna have recon, we could
You need to look up, so there's the nursing work. You can come up with your engineer, because they said, okay, we need to make the best.
Actually, I think that.
Try.
Maybe if he snuck in.
Good. Anyway,
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
His office is right next to me.
Oh. So you
Paul.
understood why I said that?
It'd be great if he was a little quieter, he'd
But I
overhear
just said
stuff.
I didn't hear.
He'd overhear stuff, like students talking to you and like, hey, we can work on that. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gavin, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, actually.
Send me an email, and let me know. Send me an email. Thank you. I'll send it to you. Copy who your advisor. Bill.
See you later. Nice to meet you again.
So appreciate it.
I think this would be a really cool thing
Thanks so
for
much.
us. Do a lot of things over steam. That's not really here. I've never been to this frustrating, so.
You need cookies for the kids? And some plants in your office?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
I try not to. I'll take them. Not today. Did you check your email?
I believe everything down there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
You're really proud. I live in
You wouldn't have done that anyway.
It just goes until somebody cries, and I cry.
You're right.
No, so. I wanted to just go hug that girl. Oh.
Yes. Last question.
Sounds good.
Can
Nice to
you,
meet you.
Yes, absolutely.
send over some of those pictures that you
I will.
took?
He's gonna send me some and I'll get some from these folks. And I'll send you this picture.
Yeah, text me a future on your phone. I haven't done it.
I did. I'll put together, probably share it with Dropbox.
Everything good? Yes, I'm just gonna leave everything and take care of it tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, it's all gonna be next month.
Really good. You can see the quality having gone up. It's really nice.
Take care.
Let me delete this,
Great job, guys. I'm really totally impressed. I thought it was wonderful.
Thanks for coming, Jennifer.
Of course. Told you I would come. Didn't know I would be a little late, but there were things out of my control, like the weather and the traffic. It was terrible, terrible, terrible weather. Terrible weather.
did you drive
And
up?
I was like falling asleep the whole time.